absolutely free and enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch.
So a little one-person trampoline. Very,
I hope I screen shared it. Like, there's no excuse. Like, phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, so Friday for a lot of us, I am sure. I know I get excited for Fridays. Usually the energy's pretty good, so I think we have a pretty fun episode with some light questions, or maybe it's been on your mind a little bit more, or these are things that you've always been interested in exploring. We're talking about career. We're talking about questions. I went to... I guess we should do the introduction first. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the Talk to Tara Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Personal development is what we're all about here. And this morning's show topic, we're talking about career. We're talking about questions that we can ask ourselves to know if we're in the right career. Maybe we're just interested in a potential career, or I'm speaking for opportunities in general. The tagline for the show is career. Definitely apply this to career. Where it applies more to me, because I've really already cemented what it is I want to do, that when there's side opportunities or opportunities in general, these are the questions I like to ask myself before I dive right in. And they've served me a lot of good, and they haven't steered me wrong yet. So I wanted to share them on today. I think they can be very helpful. So don't be scared to ask yourself these questions as you're going through, you're taking on responsibilities, you're picking out a job, or you're just trying to improve yourself in general. So let's go ahead. We're going to be on the chalkboard today. So thanks for tuning in with us. Good morning this morning. I hope everyone's having a great morning so far. Thanks for tuning in with us this morning. So we're going to get here. We have question number one. Career question number one. This is a question I like to ask myself. Can I keep under 40 hours? Can I keep it under 40 hours? I have noticed whenever I work beyond this, that is when my quality starts to drop. My excitement starts to go down, my joy for the job, all the things that have led me to want to do this career or continue are going to sacrifice. I personally don't like working beyond that point. I think the quality versus the burnout and a few other aspects don't make it worth it for me. So this is something I ask myself, am I not in control of this? Is my project manager saying, you absolutely have no choice, this is what you have to be doing? If I'm getting locked in over 40 hours, then I'm probably not going to take that opportunity. So just understanding, and maybe you're thinking to yourself, what is my threshold? How many hours am I willing to put into something? And then make sure that we have the understanding of what that time frame really looks like. Because it's easy to say, like, oh, 50 hours, if I like it, it's not that bad. That's a lot of time. I mean, that's 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. And depending on the structure and what you need to be getting done, this can drag out and this can be very long. So this is just something to look out for. Is the career or is the opportunity going to drag me into the deep end of the waters on how much time I truly have to commit to? Because we all know time is our most valuable resource. Okay, so can I keep it under 40 hours? Question number one for opportunities in career questions. Question number two, can I make it a substantial amount of money? Can I make some money? I'm a big believer that going into careers and opportunities, I don't want a ceiling. I don't want something capped out. I would love to be the dictator of how much value I could possibly bring to the marketplace. That is why I got into something like real estate, buying rental properties, and also starting an education company. So being in these spaces, we have the free reign by will, effort, value that we can give to people such as yourselves, or really as I'm trying to grow and develop myself, there is no cap to where my potential can lead to. So I'm not a big fan of capping yourself out. So maybe you're looking at, is it possible to make what it is that you want to make? And money is very subjective. It's a tool, right? So we need to understand, is this, if I take this opportunity, where does this possibly lead to? And I think that there's a very necessary step. So say, I'm not saying don't get an internship because it pays like $16 an hour, or don't take part-time work because it doesn't pay buku bucks. Just understand like where this is going. And if it's like, my main focus is my coaching, and there's really no cap to that. And I truly believe I can be a rock star in this industry and take it to a point to where I make a substantial amount of money. I truly believe that. But I also have part-time work, and I have rental properties that are smaller amounts of money that are necessary to help fuel the vehicle to help me get where I want to in coaching. So I'm not saying don't take a part-time job, don't like take any job because it doesn't pay a lot of money. You got to find that balance and be very honest with yourself in your own situation. Like how much time are you giving to something in particular? And then where is this like leading to? Sometimes people can have these big expectations, relying on companies to making them masses amount of money, or you can have the wrong expectations when it comes to compensation and how much you're going to make and how fast you're going to make it. So just be careful. This is a question I like to ponder on and think for myself. What is the potential upside? I like to think of the upside, optimistic. What can this lead to? What are the opportunities within this? Question number 2. Can I make some money? Number 3, do I enjoy it? Number 3, do I enjoy it? I personally, I feel very excited and happy about what I'm doing right now. Pretty much all the ways I make money, I do enjoy it. There's something that I get out of pretty much everything that I do. I think framing and perspective can go a long way with this, but also we need to be very honest with ourselves. Do I enjoy this? Do I enjoy this career? Do I enjoy this opportunity? Do I enjoy this goal? If I do not enjoy, then chances are I could possibly burn out, or I could not bring the highest amount of quality that I want to do. Do people quit when they enjoy things? Yes or no? I'd imagine not nearly as much, or at least it takes quite a bit to push you, you could enjoy something, but if you're not getting compensated for the joy, not making enough money like we were just talking about, or they're working you like a dog and they're working 80 hours a week, then that could cause us to turn over and not enjoy it so much. But you can see how these are starting to work together. These questions work together really well. Do I enjoy this job? How long do we live? In the grand scheme of things of time, not to go down that rabbit hole this morning on a Friday morning. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for tuning in with us. But if we're only alive for like a century, and how old is this planet? How old is everything? I think it's a disservice to ourselves to not try at least and go into a career that we spend literally a third. So if you work 40 hours a week, then that's pretty much chucking up a third of your life to your career. So it'd probably be smart to try and enjoy it. Or if it's not career, and we're also talking about opportunities, if it's opportunities or personal development, then we should probably be enjoying it. So enjoying it. The question number 3, do you enjoy it? And our fourth and final question, I think this one's super, super important, right? Of course, as much as making sure that we enjoy what it is that we're trying to do. Question number 4, you can read it in the subtitle. Does it negatively impact my health? Does it impact health? Does it negatively impact, put a little negative sign in there, does it negatively impact my health? So if it negatively impacts my health, if it beats the crap out of my body, chances are I'm probably not going to do it. Why? Because I value health. We want to look at, in our 6-week boot camp, one of the first section is about values, and you need to pick your values, understand your top values, and by understanding, health is one of my top values, personally. I don't know about you, but I say it on the show all the time. I'm going to say a million more times. If you don't have your health, you don't have shit, and I value that stuff very, very well. And I'm not willing to trade my health for, say, money or time. Money or time. Not a winning trade in my opinion, but kind of depends on your values and what you believe in. But this is a question I really like to ask myself. Does this job negatively impact my health? I'd rather make a little less money and not beat the crap out of my body than beat the crap out of my body and make a little more money. Money doesn't mean that much to me. Health, number one. Of course, I want to make a substantial amount of money. I think I can without beating myself up. But just something to ask yourself and to be conscious about. Understanding there's trade-offs to working in certain industries, to doing certain things to your body, and kind of how that develops over time. So being very careful with your health. So asking yourself for the next opportunity, for the next career, if you're trying to ask yourself a question or you're trying to make a decision, if we can bank off of our values, using our values as the internal compass, that's a compass. Terrible drawing of a compass, but it's your inner compass is your values, and using your values to help persuade, understand, and go in depth on these 4 questions. So that's what I want to go over today. Is these are 4 questions I like to ask myself whenever it comes to looking into opportunities, looking into a career, or trying to make decisions in general. So I hope this was helpful. I know this reflective stuff can sometimes be tough, but I love Reflection Fridays, reflective questions in general on Friday, kind of get the juices going instead of getting too deep into the meat and potatoes of things. But I hope this was helpful. And our last pro bono that I wanted to go over was boundaries and expectations. Boundaries and expectations. These are very powerful words in many ways, I'd imagine, for each and every one of us. Making sure that we have the boundaries. This is what understanding this and giving the time to these types of questions on what it can really do for us is allow to give ourselves boundaries. And additionally, I wanted to talk a little bit about expectations. This is where I got a little corkscrewed in the beginning. I thought I could just jump into real estate and make $1 million right off the bat, selling houses in Chicago and doing this and that. But that started to fail the test. I was handing out business cards. I was doing Uber driving in the middle of the night on Saturdays to the point to where I wasn't really enjoying it. And I wasn't making my expectations of, if you want to make a lot of money as a real estate agent, you need to do it for a long time. If you want to make a lot of money as a coach, as any type of business owner, you need to give things a lot of time. You need to give it a lot of effort, a lot of concentration, and it really shouldn't even be about the money, right? Money, you don't want to be a fool and not see the potential within it, right? So within my coaching business, I see that sky's the limit. It's like, okay, that gives me a green light. And then I'm working through the other questions. Do I enjoy it? how much time can I give to this and still make sure it's getting adequate growth. But understanding what you put into it gives us the results. So the expectations, being very clear and concise on this, understanding how much work we're going to put into it. I think anybody can build a giant business that they really love and enjoy, but they're going to, depending on how fast you want that to come, you're going to have to work really, really hard to it. The universe has this wild concept of without actions, you don't get results. So understanding our actions are important, the expectations that we lay out, and just raising our self-awareness. If we could get anything going for today, maybe we just challenge ourselves to be a little more self-aware of our surroundings, of what's really going on, viewing things as opportunities and not setbacks, or even you don't perfectly love what you're doing right this minute, or you see yourself evolving and growing into something, understanding that everything's a piece of the puzzle and that it can be a necessary step in the experience that we want to do moving forward. And it can help us grow and develop and actually achieve the goals that it is that we really want to achieve. So again, quick little overcap. We're going to run through this. I do this little rundown for my video editor. So today's episode, how to know if this career is right for me. Question number 1, can I keep the work under 40 hours? Question number 2, can I make a substantial amount of money into the future? Question number 3, do I enjoy it? Question number 4, does it negatively impact my health? And also, let's make sure that we have boundaries and expectations set right on the front end. This can be very helpful in making our experience better, more enjoyable, and profitable. Man, shoot, there's so many benefits to just like sitting there and thinking about things and executing the plan that we come up with, right? And that's why, of course, I got a plug here at the end. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning. If you want to work with a life coach, if you would like to work with me, mano a mano, I do the 6-week Master Life course, the 1-page plan, and additionally long-term one-on-one coaching partnerships. Those are the 2 services I offer. If you like this content, make sure to like it, share it, comment on it. It means the world to me. So thanks so much, everyone. I'm rolling out. That's all I have for today. We got a lot of paperwork to go through today on this Friday. So I got to get right to it. But you guys have an amazing, fun-filled Friday. Have a safe, fun weekend. Do something nice for somebody, right? We're going to have a good weekend. We're going to cherish it, enjoy it, because once March 17th, Friday, March 17th, 2023, when the sun goes down, poof, the day is gone and it's the next one. We can't get it back. So try to enjoy as much as possible, living in the moment, all that kind of good stuff. So your life coach, T-Dog, rolling out episode 235. And we'll be back bright and early Monday morning. I'm taking the weekend off. I'm excited. I'm taking the weekend off. And we'll be back in here. We'll be back here bright and early, 7 a.m. Monday morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hopefully see you guys there. Catch you on the next episode. Until next time, T-Dog's out. Have a good one. Happy Friday, everyone. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Cheers, friends.